Hello guys, Axel once again. Basically, it's going to be my part 2 on my WrestleMania 30 review. So this time around, I'll be talking about two next matches. The Shield versus Corporate Kane and the Corporate Outlaw, and the 31 Andre the Giant Battle Royale, or Over the Top Battle Royale. Alright. First, what do I think about the Shield versus Kane and the New Age Outlaw? Well, unfortunately for this one, wasn't really too interesting to watch. And it was basically, unfortunately, it's a really one-sided battle. I guess they really want to push the Shield, which I can understand, but it was really just a one-sided battle. They started the match, they do some move, they basically traded punches, traded kicks, and then the Shield was just having the upper hand most of the time. I mean, there were some times when the Kane and the New Age Outlaw were actually doing some move that they were having the upper hand for a while, but then it got turned around and the Shield again got the upper hand. Like most of the time, it was just the Shield just doing most of the performance. I guess maybe because of the age difference. I don't know, but yeah, it wasn't really too interesting to watch, and it only lasted 5 minutes. So it was like really, it was a one-sided battle. So unfortunately, this one, there's nothing more to say, and I have to give it, well, a 4 out of 10. The match itself wasn't interesting, but at least they did something. So, well, all I can say is like, I guess to some extent, boring. Sorry, like there's like really much what's happening. The only thing that was sort of interesting was when the Shield did a double power bomb. Well, the triple power bomb with the New Age Outlaw. That was it. So 4 out of 10. All right. The next one is the 31 over the top Andre the Giant Battle Royale. Like you say, wait a minute, isn't it supposed to be 30? Well, there was a surprise announcement that Cesaro is also participating, and he's the 31st. So, interesting enough, he's wrestling twice. One from the pre-show. Now, once again, he joined the Battle Royale. So, of course, same premise of any Battle Royale is you got all the wrestlers in the ring. You got to throw them up over the top. So, really, with this, you can't really do something new about it. But there were some, such as one of them I remember was Kofi Kingston. He was thrown off over the ring. However, his feet landed on the steel stairway. So remember, the rule is if it touches the mat, the mat, then you're out. But it didn't. So that was a lucky break for him. I think that's the only one that was most interesting there, because Kofi Kingston was known for when you throw him outside the ring, he'll land in the hard place, but then he'll able to go back. Case in point, the Royal Rumble in 2014. When he got thrown up, he landed on the barricade, and he jumped back from the barricade to the ring. So again, that's props for Kofi Kingston. That's actually interesting. So of course the match always it gets confusing. You don't know what they're doing. Just wrestling, do some basically just melee and brawling. And I'm also was doing some guessing who's gonna win. I was hoping for either Rey Mysterio or someone else. People mostly was gonna say, "Oh, it's gonna be the Big Show," because again, big guy in over the top rope. Of course, they don't really mix, but that's always been the deal in any wrestling situation. And almost to the end was surprisingly, was the Big Show versus Cesaro. So I'm like saying, oh man, the Big Show, he has the upper hand, of course. But and then in the end, surprisingly, it was, I guess, not so much of WrestleMania 3, but it simulated to some extent that almost in the end, Cesaro was able to pick up. Surprising, he was able to pick up the Big Show and throw him over the ring. Wow. Um, I guess in real life, maybe Cesaro was actually, maybe really he's that strong, or if maybe just that strong that he's able to pick up heavy guys. I mean, he was known for doing his move, the neutralizer, on big guys. He did it with Kali. I don't remember doing it with the Big Show, but he he picked up the Big Show and he threw him over the ring. And I was impressed. I was shocked. Like, oh my gosh, this guy is awesome. The guy that's known for, well, what Paul Heyman calls him now, the King of Swing. So I guess now a lot of people are rooting for this guy because, again, because of his in-ring performance. He was known for now doing the giant swing, like, again, not a real move, but hey, it was entertaining. That's the whole point. Hopefully no one gets hurt with that giant swing. And this guy picked up the Big Show at ease. It looks like he did it just at ease without any problem. Just like WrestleMania 3 with Hulk Hogan versus Andre the Giant. He picked up Andre the Giant, a big guy. I mean, unless you're playing a video game, this is not something that you can, to some extent, in real life. So, props to Cesaro. So, I give this one an 8 out of 10. Because it was basically your common thread when it comes to Battle Royale. There were some good moves, there were some awesome moments. It was a surprise, and in the end, it was a surprise that Cesaro won. And in the beginning, he wasn't really that popular, but again, if you stay there for long enough, you'll eventually get popular, but you got to prove it why, i.e. Daniel Bryan. And that was props to Cesaro. He was able to pick up the Big Show, so that was actually a good match. All right, so I'm going to stop here right now, and the next one I'll be reviewing is, I think the next one after this one was The Undertaker versus Brock Lesnar. The Streak versus The Beast. And, of course, and the Divas match. So, until then, I'll see you later.